Oftentimes, there's a few games that we played as kids that aren't considered all that great. Like, I played the Jimmy Neutron movie game for GameCube as a kid, and I remember it fondly, but is it good? No, it's not. But it's very rare that you remember a game from your childhood, and when you revisit it, your perception of the game does a complete 180. And you go from looking fondly on it to fucking hating it. And not only do I hate Mario Pinball Land, it has become my least favorite game of all time. Now, I love the Mario series, it is my favorite franchise ever, but the design of Mario Pinball Land is just so bad and frustrating. So we're going to briefly go over the history of the game and why it sucks ass. Also guys, I just want to let you know, I'm officially a partner with W Now. They make high quality gamer supplements. Use code ADAM47 to get 10% off at checkout. Okay, thanks, bye bye. It was developed by Fused Games, which is a British studio that was founded in 2002. So they wanted to get their company out there, so they built this pre-rendered 3D pinball engine and they put Mario in it. And while I bring that up, I will mention the one positive thing I have to say about Mario Pinball Land. As much as I'm about to shit on it in this video, it's a very pretty looking game and it's very polished. By GBA standards anyway. So they traveled out to Seattle to pitch it to Nintendo of America, and they liked it so much that they gave it the instant green light. Then 2 years later, the game was released and it flopped, failing to sell even 1 million copies, which is pretty rough for a Mario game. Usually they're like a surefire thing. And the biggest problem with it being just how frustrating it is. As I said before, I had the game when I was a kid and I sucked at it, but you know, when you're 5, you suck at everything. But when I revisited the game again for this video, good lord, I nearly went septic playing this thing. So the way Mario Pinball Land works is there's 4 worlds. In each world you collect stars to open doors to more areas. Defeat each world's respective boss to get a key. Put the keys in the statue in Bowser's world to unlock the final areas and obviously the final fight with Bowser. Sounds simple enough, yeah, but the way this game is structured is so infuriating for so many reasons. You know how in literally every other pinball game there's side drains? You know, if you miss the ball, it falls into the drain, you lose a life, and you reset with a new ball on the same table. Mario Pinball Land doesn't do that. This game's worlds are basically built like a vertical tower of rooms stacked on top of one another, so you kind of have to climb your way up. Now, admittedly, the game isn't very long, but good luck beating it. If Mario falls between the flippers, you don't just lose a life and reset in that same room. You fall into the room below that one, and then you gotta make your way back up. And you can fall like 2 or 3 rooms sometimes. Oftentimes it took me like 10 minutes just to get back to where I was. Cause you're just there trying to hit the right bumper at the exact angle to bounce Mario's fat ass into the next room. Or sometimes you launch yourself into the wrong room, so now you have to let yourself fall and then get back into that other room. And if you fall all the way down, you get sent back to the starting area, and then you have to get in the cannon again and make your way to the world that you were just in. Or sometimes you're supposed to do something in a specific room, but you keep missing the thing that you're supposed to hit, or you keep flying out of the room. Here's a great example of that in the ice world. There's a freezy in the middle of the map that can be moved around. You're supposed to hit it until it slides onto this crack in the ice and breaks through, which leads you to this area so you can unlock the ship so you can go in and beat the boss. But it's incredibly difficult to do because not only is it straight on and most of the time you fly at an angle, but the penguins also keep getting in your way, or you run into this problem I had where you keep flying into this room. So you have to make your way back down, but the freezy's position resets every time you leave the room. And pretty much the whole game is like this. This other area too, in the desert world, you have to keep hitting the statues to bring the pyramid up so you can go inside. You have to because the boss is in there. But the pyramid sinks into the ground if you don't hit the statues fast enough. It's horrible. The game's physics are really weird too. Usually arcade pinball relies on heavier physics, more predictable physics. But in Mario Pinball Land, the physics are more like elastic and bouncy. Why are they like that? I don't fucking know. And unfortunately, this means that when you hit enemies or interact with stage hazards, it sometimes results in unpredictable ricochets and totally unfair deaths or huge progress loss. There is an item shop where you can get like these blue pipes that stop you from falling, or mushrooms that make Mario bigger so it's easier to hit things, but they only help so much, you know? And some of you might say, oh, just, skill issue, dude, just get better at the game. Okay, I would love to see you play it. So in short, the game is unfair and hard as balls, and that is exactly why it didn't sell. And you might think that this led to Fuse Games going bankrupt, but no. And luckily, by the time they made games like Metroid Pinball, they learned from their mistakes for sure. But they did close in 2009 before the founders reformed the studio into Silver Ball Studios later that same year, which then led to a Kickstarter campaign in 2012 to revive their Pro Pinball series, until they merged with Barnstorm Games shortly after. So in conclusion, Mario Pinball Land is like a toxic ex. They may be good looking, but it is not worth your time purely for the sake of your own mental health.